I am mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. These people like Steve Dace and Daniel Horowitz and Todd Urgent and Aaron McIntyre and Matt Walsh and Buck Saxton are yelling at Kristi Noem for being a conservative. There was a bill that passed her desk that she wouldn't sign because she's a free market, no telling business what to do conservative, other than health code violations that shut your business down. She's not for government intrusion. And for the vaccine businesses and private businesses, they have the right, it's private businesses, to mandate the vaccine if they want to. If you don't want to work there, go work somewhere else. Yes, I know a lot of businesses are doing vaccine mandates, but there's also a lot of businesses that aren't doing vaccine mandates. And you can go work for one of those companies. And Steve Dace simply says, if I gotta work for another company, fine, I'll go work for another company in another state. And she says she's a corporatist. And Mel Walsh says she is for the she's for her state's chamber of commerce. She's for her state's chamber of commerce. Well, guess what? She should be. She's pro business. She's pro South Dakota. Shouldn't you? If you're a free marketer, they're yelling at her for being a conservative. You know, where it's Mel Walsh saying, oh, she's only got elected mainly because she's pretty. And in 20 years, if she gains weight and becomes fat, we'll see if she can still electable. Or Steve Dace says she's a hard corporatist. You know what? I don't care. She is a principled conservative. You're attacking her for being a conservative. Now, I don't agree with her on this issue. I think she should have signed a bill to ban employees from making choose between the jab or your employment, getting a shot or getting employment. I don't think you should have to get the shot in order to work for that company. But I'm not a conservative on this position, on this issue. But I'm telling you, she is. She's a principal conservative. I am either a social conservative or a classical liberal. And we are for pushing our issues onto the society. And that if we think it's bad for society, we're for getting rid of it. I'm for getting rid of pornography. I'm for getting rid of Guy Queen story. But she's not, because she says that's how we're bearing up her power. She's consistent saying free market, private business, they can do what they want. And she says she's not ready for prime time, Steve Days. No, she is ready for prime time because she's the one being conservative. She's the one sticking to her principles, like Romney Rhino, Mitt Romney, who says he's a conservative and not. I would take Kristi Noem over Mitt Romney any day of the week, or even John McCain if he was still alive. Because McCain, guess what he did? McCain Feingold, McCain Lieberman, and at the very end, he torpedoed getting rid of a small version of Obamacare, a skinny repeal of Obamacare. Again, it doesn't appeal much, but he still voted against it. She is principled because she doesn't agree with you on this. You want her to bend to your principles, not hers. There's a saying my dad taught me that is doing what you think is right, even if it's not popular. That's what she did. And she's staying to her principles because she didn't bend to your realm. All of a sudden, you have a problem with her. Now, Buck Saxon, you're rude as hell to her in that interview today on the radio program that Clay Travis uploaded on his channel, Outkick, because he does a show with you. He was more professional than you were. You embarrassed yourself, and you got the shot to take over for Rush after his passing. Shame on you, because you embarrassed Rush Limbaugh, because Rush never would have done that if he was still alive. Right, because you think she should have done what she doesn't believe in because you're okay with ruining your power to stop overreach. Well, yeah, but you know what? Two wrongs don't make a right. Yes, I agree with you, Buck Saxon. I think they're overreaching, making you get the shot in order to keep your job. But guess what? Two wrongs don't make a right. Doesn't mean it's right for them to overreach either and say that they have to control businesses and undo it with another one. Because government should not be telling private businesses what to do. Yes, it's fascism. I'm against fascism. My principles is I'm 100% against fascism. I don't support fascism of any kind. I'm not a free marketer. I'm not a freaking conservative even. I'm either a social conservative, anti-tyranny, independent, or I'm a classical liberal, anti-tyranny, independent. That's okay with rooting its power from the government. But she's not. She is a full-blown conservative and should not be forcing companies, if she doesn't believe so, to stop them from giving the jab or the vaccine. If they want to get it, they should be allowed to not get it or to get it. And if you don't, then change jobs. But it's not her job to do that. Even if she doesn't like that they're making them get the job, she's still not for regulating companies to not get them the job. She don't agree with what businesses decide, but it's still not her decision to decide that because it's not her company. And whether she likes what they decide or not, it's still their choice, the company's choice. It's not her decision to say, "Oh, hey, you can't make them get the job." It's your company. If you feel safer telling the employees to get the job, then she's allowing that company to do it. It's being a pro-business, pro-business and not pro government conservative. She's anti government. And because she's pro capitalism, pro business, and she supports her chamber of commerce, she's the bad person when you're twisting it around. And guess who attacks corporatists? Guess who attacks capitalism? Guess who attacks big business? The left. So Steve Dace, you sound like a leftist. Matt Walsh, you sound like a leftist because she's a corporatist. She supports corporatism. Like there's something wrong with supporting corporatist and big business. Something wrong with it. Why demonize business? Because I don't agree with that. I get it. Conservatives believe in you personally deciding to get the shot. So we all know all these companies that are making you get the job in order to keep the job, they're not conservative run companies. We know that they vote left. But that doesn't matter. Our principles can't because the company is not right wing. We can't be then, well, we can't do it because we know the ones that are making you get the job is leftist companies. It doesn't matter. It still doesn't mean we get to tell them because we don't like that they're left that they can't make them get the job. And because Kristi Noem is acting conservative, that's a problem. You're attacking her, and the only reason you're attacking her is because she's a conservative. You're attacking her because she's a conservative. Attack her when she becomes a rhino. Attack her when she becomes a progressive. Attack her when she supports fascism. But because she's a conservative, you're going to attack her? Shame on you people. I mean, who's conservative, who's not? She is. And she's getting attacked for it. Shame on you. And yes, she probably shouldn't have went to the mud last night with sending that meme to Matt Walsh's boss, Ben Shapiro. But you know what? You guys are the ones not acting conservative. She is very conservative. Shame on you people for attacking her because she's being conservative and you don't like it. She's the conservative, not you. And she's the one sticking to her principles, and you want to act like a Democrat and say, I'm going to tell private business what to do. I'm going to pick winners and losers and say, you're going to be a winner because you're not going to do the job. And I'm going to pick winners and losers. I'm going to say, this company, you can't do the job, and that company, you can't do the job. No, I'm not, it's not for someone to step in and say, you can't do this. You can't do this. I can let them go down and let other businesses prop themselves up. That's what that conservatives believe in. You don't like it, go work somewhere else. Now, I don't believe in that. I think they shouldn't have to switch jobs. But that's not a conservative position. I'm not a conservative. But those that are should not have to change their positions. Just two people. She's the conservative. She's only done the crime she's done is be a conservative.